Hello?
அவரு ஒரு
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Can you enable the screen sharing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it's enabled. You can share your screen, ma'am.
Okay. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay. So I was telling, we were discussing about if statements, right? So now in the Python, I'll say 5 is equal to 5. So you will get answer as true or false. If it is true, that means it is equal. Now if I say 5 is equal to 7, then it has to print false. So this is a simple way. Similarly, you can make use of x not equal to or relational, conditional, you can be using. So one program I will just put in the file and show you file, how to create new file. You save the file. With any file name, I'll say test dot. The Python extension is py. Like you have C extension as C, C++ extension as C++. For Python, you will have py. So I will be saving on the desktop. Okay. Save it. Now you can write the, say for example, I can give x is equal to 10. One number I'm just writing. And if x mod 2 is equal to 0, so you will have this colon as your syntax. And as soon as you give enter, it will take indentation automatically. No need to give indentation. So x is even. Else colon print x is odd. I hope you are understanding this. Fine. Just that's it. You just say you have already saved it, but you have to save it once you complete it. You run the module. Added syntax. So you just see you have to start your else also like this. Save it. And run the module. It will be executing in the Python shell. So I have given 10. 10 more to mod, I have already told you, right? Mod is nothing but it will give the reminder. If it is 0, then it is an even number. If at all, I change this to 11 and then execute, run module. So X is odd. So, so Python had made the life simpler because of its coding. The coding it is reduced and I can easily identify where I am doing the error. Now this is okay. This is a very simple programs. But when you see C programs, just to write quadratic equation, linear search, binary search, you had matrices. So you had huge number of content which you have to write, coding which you have to write, and very difficult to debug, right? So now the same thing when you are converting, if it is a 10-line code, the maximum here it will be 2 lines. You can see all you have already seen 5 lines, it is reduced to 1 line. 10 line, it will be reduced to 2 lines, right? So I hope this is making you clear understanding that how easier the Python is working, right? So we will see now, we will move on to the slide and I will tell you the market demand of this so that you get one interest of learning this Python. Fine. So we'll go back to our slides if at all you're interested. we can arrange a session to have complete Python. Okay, maybe this is very small programs I have executed and I have showed you. Okay, I will execute you many more programs. You can see. So, are you able to see the PPT screen?
Yeah, we can see, madam.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. So here, the comparison we have done hands-on. Okay, theoretically, if I tell, maybe few may understand and few may not. So I thought I'll keep this practical session in this so that you can have a clear understanding. So next, coming to prerequisite, what all a data scientist finds prerequisite? What a See here, you have data science prerequisite. You will have to have good in statistics. As I told you, I'll be telling you inferential statistic and descriptive statistics. So inferential statistic is nothing but the probability. So descriptive statistic is nothing but when you know the details completely, what you have to do. Next, in mathematics, you have to learn about linear algebra, calculus, okay, mathematics. Coming to programming skills, yeah, very smaller programs can be used with the Excel, but if uh, the data set becomes huge, then it is very difficult to manage with Excel. So you have to either go for Python or R programming. Now SQL is for the database purpose. So now now when you have the combination of this data science and Python, it's like having biryani than dal rice. And along with that, you want to have kebab with it, then you need to learn this SQL. So data science with Python with SQL is a very good combination. Okay. So next we will have what is it? Just so in the Python, why we are talking about Python? Now that you have executed, right? You have executed. Now you yourself will understand the simplicity of Python. I need not tell you how simple it is now. So it is because of its simplicity, we have to learn Python because large community, large number of data, if it is given also with a smaller code, it can be easily analyzed. This Python will be used for choosing languages like for AI and ML. So it's a highly demand or highly, it's in demand supply ratio. So you will have two things, right? Demand and what? I'm not getting that point. Supply. Yeah, exactly. So here what happened is there is a lot of demand for data scientists, lot of demand for Python, but the supply is very, very less. Okay. So see this is a national average salary, what I have put it in the plot. This is a data scientist who is earning this and all others. And data scientist is in the top place right now. Fine. Now, so this is a trending programming language. Now you will be telling that Java is also a very good programming language. Why you are telling Python is a good programming language? Even people are there in the market, right? Who are working with the Java programming language. Now that difference I want to show you with this graph. So you see here Python. You are seeing the Python here. Maybe I'll take a different pointer here. Uh, this is a Python and this is Java. So we will compare only top two now, right now. C you can see where it is now. C++ you can see. Okay, so PHP also you can see. So all are existing. There is nothing that it is not existing. It is existing. But you see the level of salary what they are drawing and the salary what these people are drawing. Basically, we look for that only, right? When we are working, we want salary. That is why we work. Okay, and when you know that Python is highly paid and Java is not, why can't you upgrade yourself? It's not very difficult to upgrade yourself. It's more easier actually. The complexity is very less in Python. So you see here, this gray line tells you the average salary. Okay, and this is the job position. So even now, people are with in the Java, they are in the highest job positions with Java. That's why it's telling It's highly paid, but it is in less supply. So job openings are more with Python data science, but people are not opting it. Maybe out of fear, maybe they say that you lose the grip of the previous programming language, right? So that's not the issue. So you can see, compare this graph, how it's in a trend now. Next, market demand for data scientists. You can see I was telling about the demand and the supply, right? So the number of roles of data scientists has grown by 650 percentage. So you would have heard about 600 percentage, right? So from 2012, the data scientist role has been increased to 650 percentage, but there are no people to do that. And there is also statistics. Okay, about 11.5 million jobs will be created by 2026 according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. So they have calculated it. Now people who are intelligent will really opt for it. I'm not telling that this is your future. You continuously you will be having only in this. Definitely you have to upgrade yourself. So, and the data scientist jobs are ranked one place in the jobs, or whichever sectors you are working. So it is highly in demand. Next, we will have some case studies. Okay. So in the case studies, first I'm taking about Netflix. What is this Netflix? I think today we need not ask anybody what is Netflix. So it has, you might be seeing serials also in that.
Yes.
Artugul Ghazi are being seeing.
Especially for movies, ma'am.
Yes. So this is one of the real time case study which I have gotten to you to tell that how important it is. So do you remember the last movie you have watched on Netflix? So no, I don't want to know the name, but just think about it. After watching the movie, where you recommended of similar movie, right? How does Netflix know what you would like? The secret here is data science, right? Netflix uses the data science to cater relevant and interesting recommendations to you, right? So how it is solving the recommendation problem? It is because of the data science only. Right? Next up, this is one real time example where your data science is actually being used. Next is your Flipkart. How many of you uses Flipkart? I think many of you. So this Flipkart is also nothing without the data science. So the recommendation system also helps in providing the highest conversion rate. Fine. So in the Flipkart, you have one option, right, to filter out whatever you want, to ensure that the user buys the good performance and the popular product. We have something called as ranking system also in the Flipkart. And see, it's very difficult for me to switch and show you online because I've taken already so much of time. So I'm not going there. So you have, I'm just reminding you, just imagine that you have a page of the Flipkart which filters in the left panel, right? Left pane displaying what is the category you want, what is the price you want, brand you want. So only that particular character categories will be printed onto your screen, right? If you whatever you choose. So all this is happening with the data science. Next, very important, but I have not taken any picture of it. Two more case studies, real time. There are many, 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 but I have just taken out which attracts you, because we are all into social media now. So we'll be want to know more about it. We have Twitter on the other hand. So what data science made Twitter a top social media channel, right? So we have from Monkey Bath to PM to the First Lady of US to hilarious tweets of the World Cup, right? The world now does not have to wait the news to be aired after 24 hours. So we are instantly seeing all the news. So all this is happening through what? It's all happening through the data science. Now, how this Facebook uses your data science now? Have you ever seen any videos on the Facebook that shows the flashback of the post or images, right? Say for example, it reminds of somebody's birthday or completing so many years, becoming friends with someone. I think you've experienced all these things. So you have this friendship for 1 year, 2 years, right? All these things you have experienced. So all this is because of your data science only. So all these are benefiting your data science. Next, outcomes now you have to tell me. So I have just told you briefly, maybe in detail only I have told you about data science, and as well as I have told you about Python. So now you have to decide what is the outcome of the session when you have attended. So from my side, the very first outcome what I am written here is, you have learned why data science is so important and highly in demand, right? Yeah, we can have now interactive session. I think this is the end of, after this, there is only one slide after this. So, so I have here why data science is so important and highly in demand. That is the one outcome we have learned. The second outcome is, data science can make the world a better place. So the purpose of data science, we can conclude that a data scientist are the backbone of data intensive companies. So, but this does not end, but you need to have some top data science skills. One is practical skills, coding skills, soft skills, and business skills, right? So when you have, you say, I'm not telling everything you should have. Some skills you should have. Fine. Next, concluding, when to conclude this session, I say that it is not learning data science. It's about improving your data science skills. So data science is your career of the future. I'm not telling it is your future, but it is a career. If you want to make your career now, then this is the best option. Fine. Now, a report states that, you can see this. A report states that 50% of things that you learn today regarding IT will be outdated in 4 years. Yes or no? Isn't it true? Yes, technology can become obsolete, but learning cannot be. When I have learned C programming, the knowledge I already have, maybe in today's world we are not using it. That doesn't mean that I have to stop learning. Okay, you should always have the attitude of learning, updating your knowledge, and focusing on the skills, that is upcoming skills. Now data science has come, tomorrow something else will come. You cannot say that, okay, once upon a time one madam told me to learn this data science and today it is not there. No, it's not like that. You have to focus on the skills what is in the trend today. You cannot say that I have done this, I'll use it for lifelong, which cannot happen when you have to be in your IT industry. And as well in the teaching also, I cannot say that I will teach C only to you, right? Which cannot happen. So get your basics very clear and not on the information you learn. You have to know, you have to learn your skills very, very clearly, okay? And not on information. I have read 100 books is not enough. One skill learning is equivalent to 100 books studying. Fine. Now, this will help you survive in this tough and competitive world. You know, this is a competitive world. See, don't take me wrong. I'm not scaring you, but I'm just asking you to prepare your best so that you start focusing on the below skills for becoming a data scientist. So, what are all those skills? Earlier, also, I told you we have business skills, we have practical skills like mathematics and statistical skills, we have coding skills. Ah, this is one cramping situation. You feel that, oh my god, coding I cannot do. No, don't cramp, just try to learn it. You'll make it very simpler programming language. And finally you have your soft skills. Like, see, if I'm a businessman, I need to have the soft skill also, right? I can convince the customer to take my product. So how do I convince? I need to have all these things. So this soft skill contains social skills, data visualization, presentation, as well as communication. If I don't communicate properly, if I don't present properly, so nobody will be interested in the product. Now, finally, I would like to conclude my session by telling only one thing. Emotional intelligence quotient, I feel this is most important one. So you know that you have four quotient. You have physical quotient, emotional quotient, social quotient, right? So in that, emotional quotient is very, very important. So don't get hurt by somebody, nor you hurt somebody in a field, okay? And even if you're hurt, you should learn how to forgive them and go ahead. Okay, not that you grip in that, okay, somebody told that you're not a good programmer, You try to learn that program, not that saying that somebody told me this, so I'm not going to do it. Fine. So I conclude my session by just telling you, stay healthy, stay safe. Allah Hafiz, bye to all. But I'll be seeing question answer sessions also. To be done. No questions. That means you have not understood anything. And there's one more thing, that you have understood everything. Yes, somebody told yes, you've not understood anything.
No, madam, we understand something, but my question is, as we say, the data science is the study of unstructured and structured data, right? So, can you just clarify the structure in unstructured data?
Can you repeat your question?
Mom, I was just asking that in the
Can you
first
write it in
beginning, you
the
say the
chat box?
study of. Okay, fine.
Okay. You're telling the difference between structured data and unstructured data, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, structured data means it will be specified in the predefined format. Now, I say, for example, this field should have integer, right? So you will be entering integer only. If somebody else is entered in the integer field, that is string, then that becomes unstructured. Hello?
Yeah, got it, madam. Yeah, that's fine. Structure.
So there are examples also. You have in the structured, you will be having date format. For example, date format. It is already fixed. It is predefined, right? So date should be written as month, date, and year. This is the format, or any other predefined format you've already given. When you're not giving any format to them, that becomes your unstructured. It can be any text files. It can be your report. It can be email message, right?
Yes, madam. Yeah.
We have a question from Tajuddin sir.
Tajuddin sir.
Yeah. Data can be information, and information can be data.
Data can be information. Yes, of course. But information can be data. I have a doubt. Or you are asking, sir, data can be information. Huh? So it's usually characteristics or information. Usually it can be numerical. That one you are asking?
No, the data and information both are same, but the question, this is the interview questions where when I faced. So information can be a data can be information. It is yes. So both are the same,
Okay.
because from the information data has been derived. Okay, from the data information has been derived. Yeah. One more question for you. What is different?
Yeah. What is the difference between? Yeah. See, what is the difference between C and C plus Java is it's only one. Java is platform independent. We have JVM. C++ is basically is object oriented programming, and Java is also an object oriented programming. Both are high level programming. But Java has a source code, JVM, if you remember. It's a pure object-oriented programming. And it is a C++ has a compiler only, right? In the Java, you will have interpreted language, which is both compiler and interpreter. There are many. If I have to tell you C++ and Java, there are many differences. Few what I remember, I'm telling you. And very important is this one only. The platform dependent is C++. Platform independent is Java. So we are executing directly. This code execution becomes direct in C++. And Java, we have to execute it with JVM. That's what I told you. That is platform independent.
Madam, can please clarify Python library for data scientists?
If we see one question I have here, Zabiola, if we learn Python completely, can we work in Java and C? Yeah, you can work, but when you feel that Python is very, very simpler, you yourself will try to escape from Java and C.
Madam, can you clarify Python library for data scientists?
Python
Yeah, a Python
library.
library, yes, for data science.
Yeah, we have many. We have, I told you some of the tools, right?
Mhm.
Data science tools I have told you, right? Libraries. We have PyTorch, we have NumPy, we have one more, Pandas.
It's, it's available to work a library here.
You're asking question?
Yes.
Anybody?
I mean, is this possible to work a Python library here for data scientists? An example of data Python library?
We have NumPy.
Can you work with one of them?
See, you have this Pandas as a library, right?
Yeah.
SciPy, we have Pandas as a library,
Mhm.
which will help the developer to work with the labeled and relational data. It's basically into two data structures. Okay, so one it will work with the series, one which will work with the data frames. So series are nothing but your one-dimensional like list of items which you will be learning in Python. Okay, and data frames are both available in R programming as well as this Python programming. They basically work as two-dimensional. It's like a table, multiple columns. You can have single column also, multiple column also. So is this the answer for your question?
Okay, thanks. I just suggest about working here as a live, but it's also good.
Come again? What?
It's okay, thanks, man. It's good.
You can clarify. Otherwise, I'll leave my email ID over here. You can just put I'm just one more question I have here. Can we work C++? See, we have not executed anything in command, but the output what we see in C++, it's on the command prompt itself. So you're telling that anything? What is your Gmail address? I have provided just now.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
This is Tufail Ahmed, the CEO of Professional Institute of Business and Finance. Can you hear me?
You're asking question. Yeah, yeah.
No, actually, I'm not asking questions. I am as I said before, I am the CEO of PIBF, who have arranged these,
Oh, hello, sir.
we have arranged these facilities, these seminars with the collaborations of Mr. Tajuddin. At the end,
Yes, sir.
once your answer questions finished, and if you don't mind, I will just leave a message to the participants. And
Yeah.
first of all, I would like to thank you very much and Mr. Tajuddin for giving us your precious time.
Thank you. Welcome, sir.
Furthermore, I just want to have a message to the participants. Every one of the participants who are interested to get their certifications, completion certifications of this seminar, they can visit PIBF and we will give it to them. Furthermore, if they need the presentations, means to say the slides for all the seminars topics, means to say we had almost 5 seminars topics. So they can come to PIBF and we will provide the certifications as well as the soft presentation data. If someone asks any questions for me, then they can ask the question.
تو بیلجان دغه د پی آی بی اف د کورس ټریننګ سنټر دغه مونږ ته ولېګا ادرس چې بیا درته درشو د کابل کیو چې دا میټیریال او سرټیفیکیشن درنه واخلو.
صحیح ده. زه به دا میسج کې به درته ولیکم.
Excuse me, sir. I think we have some questions from the students.
Okay. So first of all, just and then I will leave. Want to leave a message. Then you can proceed with the question. زه به تاسو ټول ته چې جماعت د زموږ د انسټیټیوټ اډرس په میسج کې درته ولېږم، کانټیکټ نمبر هم درته ولېږم، میسج هم درته ولېږم، نو تاسو کولای شئ دلته کې ویزټ. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. You can continue your question.
په بخښنې سره ورور دغه میسج کې غونډه ته تاسو ولېږئ چې غونډ کسان دې نه مستفید سي، دا به ډېره ښه وي.
اوکې، مونږ درته لیږو په ایمیل اډرس، په ایمیل کې هم هغه میسج شته ده، تاسو به ایمیل هم فارورډ شي ټولو ته او په دې ځای کې به میسج مونږ درته پرېږدو. صحیح ده؟
سمه ده، مننه. کور مو ودان.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you can proceed with the question answer session. And from my side, once again I would like to thank you very much, especially thanks from Mr. Tajuddin, who have facilitated such a warm, what we can say, seminar. And near futures we might have further such type of services either in Kabul and either in India. But anyhow, thank you very much from both of you, all the trainers, all the what we can say N-Photonics team, especially Mr. Tajuddin, for giving us the time and providing the services. Thank you very much. I am leaving anymore. Then you can proceed with your answer and question session. Bye bye.
Welcome, sir. It's a pleasure to. So there is one very good question Zabiullah has asked. How is memory managed in Python? So see, earlier we are just seeing whether it is a different C++ and Java programming. But this is a very nice question which says that how the memory is managed in the Python. It's in the chunks of memory, which is called as blocks. What you see is in this, how it happens, a collection of blocks of the same size makes up a pool in a single. So this pool, what it will do is it can collect up to 256 KB. Fine. And the memory allocated will be in the form of a heap, which is of 64 pools. So there is a lot more. What exactly they want to tell us, how it is managed. It fills the space with a new object with the same size. So I hope I have answered Zabiullah's question. Yeah. Fine. See, one more question Sadiq has asked, which language is efficient and usable nowadays? So nowadays, if I say, I'll say R programming. I'm in the session. Okay, so I'm telling today if it is whichever is good is R programming or it is Python, right? But if you say that if you want to use Java or C++, if there is a choice, then you should prefer Java, that is version 9. So version 9 is also giving the same option like Python few, but it is now implemented, that is in 2019. But this Python was already there from 1991. So it is your choice which one you would like to choose it.
Okay, thank you, madam. Mom, if I just clarify the questions of the students, one of the question asked about data and information. If you just give me 1 second.
No, sir told no. Data and information both are same, and information and data both are.
That's what I just want to clarify that. I'm just saying that we have information. I did my BCA from Bangalore University, where data are characteristic, it's a numerical, it's a set of value, quality or quantity, where processed data is information. That's the main difference.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you,
yes.
Mom.
Yes. Correct. Thank you so much. So, and one more thing we can add, it's an unorganized data will be unorganized and information will be organized.
Yeah. That's all.
Good to know, man. You studied in Bangalore University, BCA.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. Why don't you come and meet me in Bangalore?
Inshallah, I will meet you next time if I come in ICCR. So I will meet you there.
Inshallah.
Yeah. So can I have your WhatsApp number? Thank you for time.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much
Sure.
for PABF team. Thank you. Special thanks to our madam, Ismatullah madam. A very amazing and wonderful seminar from our team.
Thank you, sir.
And special thanks of you guys. They are sending the Gmail address. Some people are sending the mobile numbers. It's good. We'll contact you. We'll be attached with your Kabul center. Inshallah, so we'll start training. So let me know how many people are interested to what are the seminar we have conducted. So make sure that how many people are interested. Please contact to Ismatullah. He will guide with all the details with the respective courses as per your job requirement and which domain you are working. I hope the data science is booming in the IT industry. So especially for the who is working in data domain. So this is a very huge demand in the market now. Anyone would like to add?
You can also clarify there are two persons with the same name. So they might get confused.
Yeah. Ismatullah and Ismatunisa. This is unfortunate.
Thank you. Hi, sir.